Hi everyone, this is my professional development presentation for understanding students with ADHD. And what exactly is ADHD? ADHD is short for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, and this is a mental disorder that is very common in children. It can be, seen as early from the ages of 3 to 6, but it's usually there and diagnosed between kids 7 to 17. However, a lot of adults also deal with ADHD. About 4% of American adults over the age of 18 deal with ADHD every day. And like I said, it's very common in children. About 6.4 million children are being served in America with ADHD. And it has definitely increased within the past 8 years by about 42%. It was about 6.1% was treated with medication between the ages of 4 and 7, but it has definitely increased to 10.2. And I would say this is due to a number of factors, but the factors that I've researched that are, very important or significant to the increasing would be environmental factors. So people who live in areas with a lot of poverty or areas where they don't have a lot of support or something like that. Recognition by doctors is being recognized really, really quick now, and it's able to be detected early on. So that's another reason why it's increasing, as well as multiple brain injuries for young children, as well as smoking and drinking during pregnancies is another reason why ADHD has been increasing frequently, because there are lots of young mothers now and they continue to smoke and drink. So definitely increasing in numbers through all those things I just went through, reasons why. So some common behaviors with ADHD would be impulsivity, physical aggression, physically pushing or harming someone, verbal aggression by the mouth, same thing, harming someone, or inattentiveness, which would be just not paying attention, moving around, looking at everything else. Some other common behaviors would be being withdrawn from situations or instruction. Low self-esteem is also a common behavior, and hyperactivity is also a common behavior. And these behaviors would make it difficult for a student to learn in school, just because they would be dealing with the teachers assuming they have behavioral issues. Not working well with others would be a great reason. Difficulties listening or concentrating, as well as sitting still. These are a lot of reasons why learning in class would be an issue for a child with ADHD. So do all students with ADHD demonstrate the same characteristics? They do not demonstrate the same characteristics. Everyone is different and everyone has different symptoms, and it's up to the doctors or whoever is diagnosing you. It's up to them to determine what it is that's causing you to show symptoms of ADHD. So, according to the IDEA of 2004, ADHD is identified as a other health impairment. So this would be because it affects your attention and your executive functions. So it's not really just a health issue or, a motor issue or, attention issue. It could be a number of things. So that's why it's put in the other category there. And then the effective class-wide interventions. There's two interventions: behavioral intervention or academic intervention. And with behavioral, this would be contingency management. So that would be like, adapting and being more effective, and focusing on attention, and focusing more on not being so hyperactive. That's contingency management. The therapy balls is another way to aid your ADHD. Therapy balls, and this would be good for someone who has issues sitting still, who has to move a lot. They can calm themselves down more with the therapy balls. Self-monitoring. This is good for someone who just needs more time to be on task and attentive, and focus on their personal behavior issues, whereas peer monitoring would be your peers, focusing on your relationship with your peers and what it is that you have to work on. And instructional choice would be just working more on your behavioral problems. And there's also academic interventions where the class would do peer tutoring. So this definitely helps the class as far as disruptive behavior. They'll all be working together. Instructional modifications. So this is when the teacher would work on how they instruct the class, if there's something that they can do differently to help students learn with ADHD. And then also computer assisted instruction, which of course is on the computer, and this can also help the student learn and keep them more on task and more focused. And this is my citation page, and thank you.